A few weeks ago, a government official came up to us at a conference to talk about this region in West Virginia. He said that an entire harvest was about to be thrown away. That's 36 million perfectly good apples. For scale, this is one apple. And if we zoom out, this is what 36 million apples looks like. What no one talks about is how much of an environmental crisis this is. If these apples went to waste, it would have emitted 2.3 million pounds of CO2. Meanwhile, there are people all over the country who could use these nutritious apples. So we asked ourselves, would it be possible to divert these apples to communities facing hunger? It would be one of the largest produce rescue operations ever, and other nonprofits that we were talking to said it would be impossible. But we're up for the challenge. So we sent FarmLink's Best down to West Virginia to check out the situation.
This summer, we learned the processors weren't going to be taking their apples. So we had growers that had put a lot of investment, already contracted with their workers to do the harvest, to do the pruning later on. They suddenly had no market for their apples. And that was going to create a huge loss, and we could have lost a good portion of our industry.
We were kind of blindsided by the fact that a lot of the processors did not want to buy fruit from this area.
And it's not the fault of the farmer that they've grown too much food. They're at the whim of a volatile system with sky-high expectations and ever-shifting demand.
To be very frank, I was like, I never thought a situation would come like this. But this time was like all like, oh gosh, now what kind of thing, right?
In a move that saved many farmers from losing their farms, the USDA, West Virginia Department of Agriculture, and Senator Manchin reimbursed farmers for their crop under the condition that they donated the produce. Once we heard that, we got to work.
In Carla's yard, right now, each of these bins is full of 3,000 apples, and there's 298 bins in this yard. So if you multiply 298 by 3,000, then that's 894,000 apples.
Within less than 1 hour, Mike placed 4 loads of apples and emailed me back. And that's how we move apples in West Virginia.
In years past, we've seen large amounts of a harvest go to waste. Last year, 25 million bananas were going to waste in Mexico because of cosmetic issues. We were able to move a fraction of the total amount, but we've never had the system in place to recover an entire harvest. But this time is different.
Our students are coming on Monday and they don't have food. They've not really eaten since Friday, right? So, it's really nice to be able to give them loads of apples, and then the students can take it home, and then at the very least they can have that and they can share it with their other siblings and stuff like that.
This is just one of over 113 communities that we've sent apples to so far.
We've now sent over, it's around 9 million pounds in terms of the weight y'all chat. It's over 200,000 bushel, and we have more to go.
So far, we've moved around 90% of the available apples, and we need your help. For the first time in our organization's history, our food program is outpacing our ability to cover the costs. With your donation, we can ensure all of the remaining apples and future crops are in the food pantries, lunch boxes, and kitchens of families all over the United States.